Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's Q&A live stream and chat. So we're back to the normal Friday 8 o'clock. So we'll just see who pops in and see who says hello. Just keeping an eye on stuff here now. So the notification I think has gone out. So we'll see who's about. Yeah, notification has gone out. Yeah, so hopefully people should start popping in. Kenny, hello Kenny, how are you? Good evening. I think you're the first one that's in at the moment. I think guys are slowly starting to appear. I don't know who's going to appear tonight now because we've been up, down, left, and right over the last few weeks. So hopefully we'll get guys in and we can have a chat and a bit of fun for the Friday night. Sorry about last week. Yeah, it was last week. I had it on the Sunday. Missed last week. Yeah, I wasn't feeling the best. Friday night I had it. Friday evening I got my migraine and I thought I'd pull through and I'd be able to do the live stream, but it got worse and worse and worse. So around 7 o'clock I said no, I can't, and I said no, thank you very much guys, but I won't be around for the live stream. So that was that. So how has everyone been anyway? Has everyone had a good week? Good week. We're going into the weekend. I think there's some shows on in England this weekend, so I don't know if there's many people going to them. I do have been ordering some bits and bobs over the week in relation to the victory show that I need for the victory show, because I will be going with the Living History UK guys and we will be portraying First SAS. So I need to get a few bits. I need to get a few bits and bobs for that, and I will be with Andrew and the combined Forces Living History group in Yorkshire. Yorkshire Wartime Experience in August. So I need to get a few bits and pieces for them. So it's busy out. Good evening, chaps. That's Nick. Hello, how are you? Kenny has been mad busy at work for the last week. Yeah, it has. It's getting crazy. Been making Faraday cages for MRAP armored vehicles. Where'd you work, Kenny? Because that sounds like interesting work. If any of you don't know what an MRAP cage or a Faraday cage is, it's basically does it form an electric field around vehicles and stuff like that, so that they can't be, if there's an electric surge, that the stuff doesn't get fried. Basically, their wiring doesn't get fried. If I remember correctly, what a Faraday cage does. I'm an engineer at Red Dot Europe. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. So I've been ordering a few bits and pieces, and I have a relative coming from America. So thankfully, I managed to order one or two bits and pieces off of them. Well, I ordered one or two pieces, and have been sent to them. So hopefully, they will be able to bring them over. Nothing major, just a pair of reproduction World War II British plimsolls and a Finnish World War II M40 helmet that was made for this by the Germans for the Finns for the Winter War. So there's a company in the US that has a stockpile of them. So I managed to order one. It'll be sent to a relation. Hopefully I'll get it here then soon enough. Andrew Johnston, hello, how are you? Andrew there will be the Commander-in-Chief for the Yorkshire Wartime Experience Festival that I will be going to in August 11th, 12th and 13th, if I'm not wrong. And I will give dates for the Victory Show as well when I will be at the Victory Show with the Living History UK guys. So if you're at either one of those shows, guys, pop around and say hello to us. You're more than welcome. We don't bite. Good evening, everybody from Sweden. Nice to see you all. Hello, Sweden. How are you? Sweden, may we have the points for the Eurovision, please? I like Sweden. I was in Sweden 2 or 3 times, actually. It's a nice spot. Operation Banner Veterans Museum evening, everyone. Hello, Gary. How are you? Haven't forgot about you, Gary. I do have pictures there of books that I need to send you. Yeah, so it's going to be. I'll get that done later on this evening, if I remember correctly. Gary Hall, there, guys. Operation Banner Veterans Museum. Hopefully, in the next probably 4 weeks now at this stage, 4 to 5 weeks, I will be getting up to him to do a video on his little museum in Antrim. So if any of you are around, go and see his museum. It is in Antrim. It is in, Armagh. It's in Armagh. It's free to go. He has a Facebook page, so check it out there. Operation Banner Veterans Museum. He normally puts up the opening times there, and you're more than welcome to call around for a cup of tea. And hopefully in the next couple of weeks we will be doing a video on there. David, hello, how are you? Hello, mate. And Steel Helmet Stan is in. Elvis is in, but it's Stan. And he's probably on the DDRT. Stan is Sir Stan of Drinking Cup. So that's what I've been doing over the last week. This weekend's videos, are done. They will be up this weekend. If Jim of the Timberous is in, his marine video is coming up, and the other video, I'm not telling you the other video, it's a surprise. So both of those videos will be up this weekend. Normal tea for me tonight, Stan. Are you feeling okay? Have you a temperature? Somebody call around Stan there and make sure he's okay. Operation Banner Veterans Museum. Cheers, John. Looking forward. Yeah, mate, no problem. We will be there. Dave, don't want to open fire on Kenny, please. But yeah, so we will be there. I will be doing another video on the Yorkshire Wartime Experience with Andrew and the lads from the Combined Forces, which is Combined Forces Society, if I remember. Don't forgive me. Actually, Andrew put up our proper title there because I'm actually affiliated with that group, along with Steel Helmet Stan. So if you are at the Yorkshire Wartime Experience, come and say hello to us and see us. Stan will be on a lead, so it'll be okay. He won't bite. And the 2 weeks after that, then I think it is, I will be at the Victory Show with the Living History UK guys. So if you're at either event, please come and say hello. And as I said, Stan will be on the lead in Yorkshire, so don't be afraid of him. And I will be there as well with Andrew, and Stan. And in the Victory Show, I will be there with Pete Neal and Steve Davis and Dominic Blight from Living History UK. So there you go. Combined Forces Living History Group. There we go. I need to get that tattooed on me, so I remember, because I am actually a member of that group. Saving my beer for when I watch Obi Wan. Drinking gin. Well, Dave, you are a bit of a sophisticated guy, so yes. So I understand why you're drinking gin. Yeah, I might even really reenact, and my wife might let me off the lead. Stan, if you're going reenacting, I'm going reenacting for the crack. Well, I am going. I'm going to be there as for the Yorkshire one. I will be there as Royal Ulster Rifles Para, or glider-borne infantry is what I will be in Yorkshire. We will be doing videos because I will have a cameraman, aka Stan and Andrew, for the Yorkshire Wartime Experience. So we'll do a bit of a video on that, and we will do a bit of video on the Victory Show as well. So yeah, so 2 good weekends coming up. Will be a bit of fun, hopefully, fingers crossed. But yeah, it should be good. Stan or Andrew says, yeah, he's looking great for the Yorkshire Wartime Experience. It's one of their favourite shows, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So there we go. So as I said, in Yorkshire, I will be part of the group of the Combined Forces Living History Group, which I am a member of. Andrew is the boss. And in the Victory Show, I will be there with the Living History UK guys. So Steve Davis, Dominic Bly, and Pete Neal. And actually, in the Victory Show, Herefordshire lad, Rhys Davis will be there as well. So he's part. He has a video or a YouTube channel called Hereford Regimental Museum. So go check out his one as well if you don't know what video that is. Have we gone? Let me. Yeah, I might even. Sorry, I'll let you fire off the MP40 stand. Get in there. Who the hell is that? So yeah, so that's what is happening. Over the next coming months, anyway. As I said, over the next week or two, I've been working on my World War II kit because I need World War II kit for both shows. So hopefully, I do have Andrew's looking for stuff for me. Dave is looking for stuff for me. So I do have my spies out there, trying to gather me up bits and bobs and stuff like that. So yeah, so there we go. Did you have any luck with the binoculars on eBay? I didn't because I have the binoculars that you sent me, which I probably will be bringing to England anyway. But I was looking for a pair of naval ones, and just because of the sites that they're on, i.e. eBay, there's very, very few on the ebay.ie, which is the Irish eBay. And the problem with that as well is that even with the Irish eBay, they're coming from England, so you're going to get caught in tax. And the other site was ebay.com, which is the American side of eBay, and same again, was going to get crippled in tax. So I didn't see any of a price range that I was interested in, but we'll keep looking. Stand 2, yeah, I see Mr. Buglers has been. I hit him and Nick has hit him, but sure, we'll wait and see what happens. So yeah, so that has been the plan. The other thing that I was doing today, while I had some time, was I was trying to get patches and bits and bobs that I had. I was trying to get them organised. So I've just been Polish. I don't know if Jim Timber was around, he'd be able to tell me, but that's Polish because it's the leopard dot type camouflage type thing. 1 second there, guys. I just need to click off something. Oh, there we go. No, so we're back to normal. So yeah, so that's Jim would be able to tell me what the hell that was, but I don't know what it is. I'm in my attic OP using a pair of 10x50 Lutz German World War II binoculars. View my grounds. Are you viewing the estate, Stan? All 2 acres of it. The Combat Infantryman's badge, Combat Infantryman's badge. This is Vietnam era, unissued, early Vietnam. So yeah, so that's what that is. Then we have the famous ruptured chicken or the ruptured duck, which is patched is sewn on to World War II uniforms when guys have been disbanded and basically been let go of the army. So they've been disbanded and let go. We have a German. Now this is interesting. So I presume it's a reproduction, but it looks like a Luftwaffe eagle. But if you notice down here, it's missing something. So in Europe, especially Germany, I believe that little mark is illegal. So these ones are made up without the eagle on it for movie making and things like that. So yeah, So that's an interesting one. Jungle Expert patch. Simple. And here we have, if any of you know what that is a Regimental Sergeant Major or a Company Sergeant Major patch, which are very, very dangerous. CJ, God bless him, traded me that. That is the 3rd Infantry Division. If any of you know any history about the 3rd Infantry Division, this was the division that Audie Murphy, Irish descent, Audie Murphy was attached to this division, and he was the most decorated American soldier during Vietnam or during the Second World War. So that's a little interesting patch I have. That's the other one of those Polish ones. Then we have these, which Stan will be liking. We have some East German shoulder boards. So we have that one. And we have these ones, which I really, really like, which are the subdued version of a infantryman's shoulder board. We have another Polish one that I haven't figured out yet. We have more East German ones. Now, somebody was telling me, I was doing a bit of research, but somebody was telling me that these ones, these officers' ones, can be used for World War II as well once you change out the button. So there you go. More subdued shoulder boards. There's all my little shoulder boards. Then we have this one. Not sure. It is East German. This is sort of like my Cold War pack of bits and bobs. I have been organising them. I do organise things from time to time. So this is the. I have no idea, but it is. If you can tell with the little flag there, it is West German. So I'm not sure. Here we have a piece of paper, and these are Dave actually, I believe, sent me these. They're little ribbons, so you can make up a ribbon board. We have a German. I think this is like a senior private from the Cold War age as well. Then we have American. I think these are master sergeants because of 2 stripes underneath the rocker. This stripe here is called. This one here is called a rocker. So you would have Lance Corporal would be 1 stripe, Corporal is 2 stripes. Then they have this bit here, which is called a specialist, which is before any of these ranks. Then you have the 3 stripes, which is a sergeant. When they get this rocker, it is a staff sergeant. This sergeant then is with just 1 bar. I think it's a master sergeant. When you have both of these bars, it is a master sergeant. Then in here you get like a little diamond, which makes you a sergeant major. And you get a diamond is a top sergeant, which would be like a company sergeant major or a regimental sergeant major. And then when you get a star, you're a battalion or a brigade sergeant major. They have a weird rank structure in the American American Army. Now this is Cold War era patch as well. This is the Civil Defence Corps in England. But it is actually, this one is the early one because it's got the King's Crown, not the Queen's Crown. So yes, I have an oil bottle. I think it's an oil bottle, but I have no bloody idea what it's for. So there we go. Then we have an East German unit patch or a division patch as well, which is that. Then we have a little board that you can put the ribbons on that Dave sent me. And then we have more little straps and bits and bobs for attaching shoulder boards. Now this medal is the War on Terrorism Expeditionary. I don't know why I have this because I don't collect medals, but I do have a person that can have this medal, and that would be Herefordshire lad, because I don't collect medals. He might have some use for it, use it as a swap or something. There's probably 1,000,001 of them around the place being an American medal. Believe it or not, actually, a little interesting fact for you. The Americans had loads of air bases during the 70s and 80s and even in the 90s, and they still do as well. Have air bases in England, I should say. Sorry, in England, right? Obviously, we had a little conflict going on up the north called Northern Ireland Troubles, or Up Banner, depending who you want to ask, right? But if the Yanks flew over that, because it was technically on their eyes classified as a war zone, they got a ribbon for it to wear over their little thing because they flew over a war zone. So pilots, when they were stationed in England, would form a little jolly and say, "Oh, I need to go training," and they would form their flight path to go up over Northern Ireland and back down, so they would get a dong out of it. They get a ribbon out of it. So yeah, there you go. So there's our beloved Americans. Now we'll catch up with some of these questions. Uh, that Stan is in the attic. OP. Overview, watch, and shoot. He's up a tree like Back to the Future. It wouldn't surprise me. Badge is WO2. Very nice. RQMS. So Regimental Quartermaster Sergeant type Sergeant Major. Ah, okay. So there you go. Signals Regiment Bundeswehr was one of those bears, or one of those shoulder boards. I'm in the useless jokes. So Jim is here. So Jim is there. So there we go. Andrew Johnson, what is the bare minimum kit you need for Yorkshire? Cap badge with lightning struck is Bundy. I know it's Bundeswehr, but I don't know what regiment it is in the Bundeswehr. Or what division it is in the Bundeswehr. Obviously, it's British World War II. Just a fat wallet. Any World War II British, we can get some kit and put together for you. Yes, we can dress you, Stan. We will dress you. So that was advertised as a general DDR side cap. Was going for 20. I think it's loads of bidders with 5 minutes to go. I don't go for it as I'm totally spent up. Yeah, I seen a bid more there actually on eBay 2 or 3 days back. It was for a World War II commando pack. It started off at £50 and it went up to like nearly £300 by the time the bidding war was over. So there you go. Andrew Johnson. Okay, Andrew, I'll see about getting some bits. I've got certain items. I will run it by you later on. I'll help you as well. I have bits and bobs that we can all pool together and work out something. That's the idea of a group, lads. That's the good thing about being in a group, especially when you're reenacting and stuff like that. Is you can shove everything together, and there you go. Badges with lightning arrows is Bundy Signals Regiment. Ah, okay. Military Collectibles, CJ. Hello, how are you? Thanks very much for answering that question. Bundy badges show branch of service. I can hear the Star Trek team. Is it possible to get Captain Kirk's telephone teleported down? Nope, it's Jim Timber. I have to ask, are the shirts those itchy bastards? No, the World War II shirts are actually they're not too bad. It's the Hairy Mary shirts, the greyback shirts, and the collarless shirts that were worn in World War One and World War Two are actually not too bad. Oh, the Hairy Mary shirt though is a different kettle of fish. So if you're doing Up Banner or Falklands, that's where the fun begins because you will itch like a motherfucker and you will have a rash. Oh, I don't actually have it from doing filming today. You can actually see you get a rash on your neck from the Hairy Marys. That's why a lot of them commenting when you see them in the field is they wear the commando gear or the scrim scarf like a tie pretty much inside their jacket so that their necks doesn't get rubbed. And that's actually a very interesting thing because if you know pilot scarves are silk, and that's exactly for the reason for they do it. Is so they don't get a rash or get wear on their necks. because they wear it, their silk scarf, because their head is constantly doing this, because they're looking around for fighters. And if they were rubbing their collars and stuff the whole time, they'd get a rash on their neck. So that's why they came up with the idea of the silk scarves, so they wouldn't hurt their necks. Is that logical, Captain Stan? Now I went out and bought Civi collarless shirts instead. Vintage collectibles. Watch out for the post, CJ. As I've sent you something. Yes, guys. Uh, me and Stan are still fighting with the Irish Mail or the Irish Postal Service and the Royal Mail. So if you are getting stuff sent from Ireland to the UK, be very, very careful, or vice versa. Basically, what happened was I sent Stan 2 boxes on the same day. I sent a helmet and I sent a box of bits. There was no helmet in it, but the twat behind the counter in the post office put a helmet down on the other box when there was no helmet in the box. So it brought the price up. So Stan then had to pay tax on it. And she also did not put down the value of the helmet. She put down the weight of the box in where the value of the helmet should be. So yeah, so it's a massive clusterfuck. So hopefully Stan will get that sorted in the next few days, or next week or two anyway. I thought pilots wore silk scarves so the ladies get a good. No, it's actually a different reason. It's not. It's not for the reason you're thinking of, Jim. Klingons understand, bro. I honestly couldn't stand those hairy shirts. I hated them in cadets. Yeah, they are bad. You shave them, wash them, and shave them. They're not too bad. A DLD, Jim Timber or Nickard Button in the longest day. Thanks awfully, Stan. Probably won't get it for a few weeks as I will be at relatives' address due to work. Oh, okay, CJ. I hope you're having. I hope you're will have a good time while you're away, CJ. But yeah, it's not. It's very informative actually to see your videos. I do enjoy watching your videos. I just let you on fire tonight. Devon, what is a DLD, Dave? Even those don't kill Kenny now. No worries, CJ. Do you have any Holy Grail helmet that would be at the top of your list for your helmet collection? Mark IV Riot helmet is probably the most expensive one I have now at the minute. I would like to get the early RUC one, the 70s and 80s, or 60s and 70s RUC Riot helmet, Cork Riot helmet, which was basically a motorcycle helmet that they converted to a Riot helmet. They're going for up on 200-300 sterling now when you see them on auction and stuff like that. So yeah, so that would be my holy grail of a helmet. Like I do have original World War II British helmets. I have original American World War II helmets. I have American original Vietnam helmet. Off banner helmets. I have a ton of them. I have Mark IVs, Mark VIs. But that would be my holy grail if I could get that Riot helmet for my off banner side of it. Would be the piece of the Resistance. Like the time frames that I collect, such as from pretty much World War II, Vietnam, off banner, the helmets and stuff aren't that expensive. You pick up a helmet, a good, reasonable helmet for 40-50 quid. The World War II reproduction helmet that I have for the M1 helmet is expensive, alright. But it'll be in the same price range as the Riot helmet from the RUC if I could get one. So yeah. So I hope that answers your question. Harry Mary shirts never bothered me. Ref, police, dog handlers were issued them, so no sense of feeling. Yes, exactly. Snowdrops. If any of you don't know what a snowdrop is, it's an RAF policeman because they wear white hats. I don't know how they got the name snowdrops, but that's what they're called. Letter drop. Stan is Tradecraft, a place to get stuff delivered. Kenny is surrounded, no bodyguards now. So that's pretty much what's happening, guys. Jesus, we've been on a half an hour already. So collectioning wise, as I said at the start of the live stream, I have a family member coming back from America on holidays, and they kindly said, because they knew I collected stuff, and they said, was there anything in America that I wanted to get that is hard to get at the minute? So I went on to a few websites. I'm not going to mention websites because I'm not sponsored by them, so bugger them. I got a pair of World War II plimsolls, reproduction World War II plimsolls, just to get out of the ammo boots for in the evenings when people are gone from the shows, or even to wear at the show sneakily, because ammo boots are a bitch on your feet after a while. And I managed to get one of the Finnish M40 helmets that the Germans made for the Finns at the time of the Winter War. So they are original World War II shells, but the liners and the chin straps are done to the Finnish spec. But I have seen videos on guys getting reproduction liners and stuff and bringing them back to the World War II spec. Now, this is the argument or the dilemma that people are going to get into. Even though you know it is a World War II shell because it was made for the Finnish army for the Winter War, if you convert it, I won't say convert it, but if you recondition it to be either SS or Heer or Lufti or any type of German World War II helmet, is it or is it not a World War II helmet then? Because the shell is World War II, the liner is reproduction, and the chin strap is reproduction. Whereas with the M1 that I had redone, the liner is World War II, the shell is World War II, the net is even World War II. The only reproduction stuff on that is the webbing on the inside and the chin strap. So this is where the realists or the bold counters or the people that have sense of humor malfunctions at shows and get really, really upset because there should be 4 stitches in that flash or that patch on your sleeve and you've only put 6 on it. There should have only been 4 on it. So these type of people. So this is the question. Would you guys classify that as a reproduction or a restoration? This is the question. Leave them as is, I say. Oh, the helmet. Yeah, I probably will. I'm not going to reconvert it. I'll probably just throw a cover on it, because it's going to be on a head or it's going to be on a shelf anyway. So yeah, it doesn't make any difference really to me. Because I know the shell is an original World War II and the finish is it's a Finnish liner. If I got a second one, I probably would do it with a second one. I might recondition it or repurpose it, whatever you want to do. But if it's only one, if I only have one of them, just throw a helmet cover on it. What's the issue? Restoration. I know a bloke that had a wooden leg and real feet. I'm on at the end of the pier all season. So yeah. So If somebody restores something, depending how much new parts you put into it, is it a restoration or is it a rebuild? Like, you see guys rebuilding jeeps and tanks and armored fighting vehicles or whatever with original parts. That is a true restoration project. But when you see guys putting in no parts or like, I was at a show one time and a guy had a 1970s Land Rover. Yeah, it was 1970s Land Rover with a 2001 chassis and engine in it. So what is it? It's not a 1970s Land Rover because the only thing that's 1970s on it is the body. Everything else in it is 2001. You've power steering, you've ABS brakes, you've anti-lock steering, you've everything in it. So you've everything a modern car should have. So it's not a 70s car. I don't know. That's just my thing. I would call the helmet a rebuild, not a restoration, as it's never been a German issued helmet. That is actually a good point. It was manufactured in Germany to the Finns. So yeah, so it's a rebuild. Okay, I understand what you're saying. I thought you are here. I thought you were here all week then. If a German style helmet liner is knackered, also the chin strap, why not convert it up yours? Yeah, the one that I've seen, it depends on the one that comes when it's ordered, because it's like everything else. When you order these things, they just take them off of a fucking shelf, and the liner and the chin strap, and it could be knackered, and I could end up redoing the liner and chin strap. So it really depends. It depends on what arrives. Tigger's boom. This bush has had 4 new handles and 5 new heads. Yeah, was it Trigger's broom? Yeah, in the Unbelievables, or not in the Unbelievables, in Only Fools and Horses. That he was after getting a medal off the council because he was saving the council medal, or sorry, saving the council money, um, because he was still using the same sweeping brush, but it had 2 new heads and 5 new handles or whatever it was. So it wasn't exactly the same brush, but this is the argument to to Trigger. It was still the same sweeping brush. There are other refreshments out there. This is not sponsored. I can't believe it's a pain in the bottom that you have to keep saying all these things because of YouTube. So yes, we are not sponsored. There are other soft drink companies out there. I just happen to have this one. So yeah, there you go, YouTube. There is the declaration to say that I am not sponsored by anyone. Most ex-World War II Norwegian reissued German helmets have been rebuilt back to World War II spec. Vodka and Coke. No, it's just Coke. It's just Coke. I do actually have a pain. I don't know what it is today. Right down the center of my back, between my shoulder blades. It's so stiff and sore. Now I was cutting grass and lawns and things today, so it could be from just pulling and dragging at the lawnmower. It's a minefield for anyone looking for a genuine World War II German helmet. Exactly. Um, like if you want to buy a genuine item from World War II, especially German side, right? You have to go to a specialist dealer. I wouldn't be going on eBay or any of these sites. Uh, excuse me, for one of these things, because as CJ said, they've been swapped around, moved around, or whatever. And these reputable dealers have been around for a long time, so their name is gold. Like, if you buy a bad item off them, chances are they will reimburse you or look after you if you find out that it is not an original, because that's where that's how they make their money, is because it's their name that guys know that the stuff that they buy off them is genuine. This soft drink is mine, and there are many like it. Yes, exactly. This one happens to be red, but yeah. I'd like to own a Norwegian post-war helmet with Norwegian's markings. I don't see. I haven't seen one in a while. Actually, you used to see them a lot. I had one of those pains. I called it my ex-wife. Yeah. Um, it's just right down between my shoulder blades. I don't know what it is. Good luck with that one, Stan. Most of the decals have been removed when declared surplus. One with decal hitting around 400 quid up the upwards. Jesus. Um, I'm okay buying German binoculars. I feel fairly confident with them. Anything else, I tread carefully. That's it, exactly. German stuff. I don't know what it is with German stuff. It's so. Even the Americans and the British stuff from World War II, it's not as hawked as much as the German stuff. The German stuff is a dime a dozen for guys, Chinese fellas, Indian fellas, Pakistani fellas, knocking off iron crosses, wound badges, everything and anything out of the back of a truck and flooding the market with them. And badges that don't make any sense as well. So yeah, still have my stand. Yeah. So guys, it is 20. We've been on for 40 minutes, so we're going to give it an hour. So I'm just giving you your 20-minute warning, and if you've any more questions or anything, we'll start whacking them at me. I see one recently on a Deckel's website, and you are right. It was about that, a bit more, maybe. Jesus. I did see actually a Enniskillen Dragoon Guards helmet. If any of you don't know who the Enniskillen Dragoon Guards were, they were a cavalry regiment from Enniskillen. They were Dragoon Guards, says it in the name. But they have had the big fancy Victorian helmets with breastplates and the whole. Like a bit like the cavalry, the household cavalry that you see there now at the moment. But I seen that one of their helmets. It wasn't even an officer's helmet. It was an enlisted man's helmet, going for sale with the plume and everything on it. Nice looking helmet. Come for sale on one of the auction sites in Belfast, and it sold for just under 4,500. So yeah, so big money in some areas of helmets and collections and stuff like that. Where is my Royal Marines video? It is coming up on Sunday, Jim. So stay tuned. And Jim, you better have emailed me. I haven't checked my emails all week, but you better have emailed me because I have a gift for you, and I need your address in Poland, where I can send it to you, just as a thank you for getting my Rogachievka cap, which is in the box up there. But my Rogachievka cap. Am I correct in the pronunciation of that? Saw some large Waffen SS canteen spoons, Stoneleigh at a tenner a time, about as genuine as German Navy egg cups the dealer had. Isn't there a famous dealer in America at some of the big shows in America knocking off German toilet paper with a wrapper and all on it, apparently, that he prints? Because the lads were saying at every show he goes to, at least some fool buys one of these rolls of toilet paper for maybe $10 or $20, whatever he's hawking it for, and he seems to always have exactly 7 of these toilet rolls at every show he goes to. Sure I see the Clarion flying helmet advertisement badge in one of those vans. Sure I see. Who knows, I might have something in my collection that's worth a lot. Probably not. Um, I, I don't know. I don't know because the price of stuff and the price stuff is since I started collecting whatever properly collecting 10, 11 years ago. I've seen the price of stuff go up. So I mean, the price is constantly going up. Like my Bren gun in my transport box with my spare barrel and all my bits and bobs in it that Andrew thankfully sent me. Andrew Johnson sent me some of the bits for it. Um, I don't know what's that word now because the price keeps climbing and climbing and climbing. I sent it to you, bro. Correct pronunciation. Thank you very much. Walter Kensler. What happened to Walter Kensler? And Xmas Dex. That's him, the fellow that sells the Tyler rod, Walter Kensler. And Christmas decorations. Yeah, he sends Christmas baubles as well. Glass balls. And Ava Braun silver, if I remember correctly. And place settings. But it is mad though. Like soldiers, I served in the military. Andrew served in the military, if I can say that. I know some of the guys there that served in the military. Soldiers will steal anything, absolutely anything. Whenever we used to go to the Guard of Honor in Arsenouteron, which is basically the White House of Ireland, where the president lives, it was tradition for us to rob a teaspoon because they'd bring you in after the Guard of Honor, and we have a cup of tea, and Willie would come around, or whoever the president would come around and say, "Thank you very much for your service, and well done, and you look spiffing today," and whoever you did the Guard of Honor for was very, very happy with it. And we would have a cup of tea, and we would always, it was tradition, if you had never been to Arsenouteron before, you would rob a spoon, a teaspoon. So yeah, soldiers will steal anything. So it wouldn't surprise me if some guy did steal toilet roll in World War II, or if someone did steal Eva Braun's knickers or whatever. It would not surprise me in the slightest if it turned up on the market, because I don't know why guys would do it. I know a guy that has a cell door from the H blocks in Long Kesh prison. Why he has it, why he decided he'd steal it, I have no idea. But he's got one of the doors. So there you go. I saw that SS toilet paper video. Who falls for that crap? No pun intended. Exactly. That toilet paper can turn a chocolate starfish into a sticker. Everyone has something interesting in their collection. Yeah, obviously everyone has something interesting in the collection. Kevin F. McKinney. Hitler's flashlight. I wouldn't be surprised. I know there was a big search on before for, was it Goring's pistol? Someone's pistol. It had been around on the market before, and somebody knew where it was, but it's worth a fortune. Apparently, it's worth an absolute fortune. I actually found some of the more mundane and cheaper items interesting. Something I might have come across by chance. Yeah, exactly. I really, really like putting small kit together. Like their wash rolls, what guys would have had in their pockets. That's what I like. The actual down to earth living of the policeman in the RUC's case. In the simple things. I just opened the locker here now in front of me, and I see what I have here. Right. There you go. Simple things. Housewife kit. No, it's not called a housewife because it's politically correct, but just a little sewing kit. Somebody in their collection might not think that's a big thing, but I think it's a big thing because it's personal to the soldier. That was what, if his buttons were missing, he would have sat down and cleaned out his stitched his thing together. An original handkerchief from, what year is that? 1914. Now, this is a prime example. So here we have an original one, and here's a new one. So you can tell straight away by the color, by the feel of it. This material has been used and used and used and used, whereas this one has been It's fresh. It's brand new. Same material. They're both cotton. But like that, it's a handkerchief. It's not a Victoria Cross or Silver Star or a Purple Heart or anything like that. It's simple. It's a handkerchief. Stan, my entire collection is based on that ideology. Exactly. Can anyone recommend where I can get an appraisal for a blood shit? Regimentals or somebody maybe? I don't know. Paperwork, letters, ID cards, photos, etc. I find them very interesting. Yeah, exactly. My deck cards. What have I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of them. Six. Is it 6 I have? Or 4? I don't know what I have. They're individuals now because we did a video on them, did a bit of research on them, so we know where they were killed. We know who they are. We know where they're buried on one occasion actually. So yeah, so there you go. Brings things to life. Pocket litter, exactly. Pocket litter. My motto: the cheaper the better. Exactly. Jim, deliver all the military surplus scrap to Steelham Stand 1, the shed quarters, secret location, North East England. Kenny Rebel, try the Historic Flying Clothing Company. They are a UK based dealer collector. Oh, okay. Thanks, CJ. Alright, guys. Jesus, time is flying tonight. So it is 10. We've been on for 15 minutes. So this is your 10-minute warning. If any of you have questions, queries, queries, or comments, please put them in the box and I will answer them before we clock off tonight. There will be a drop tonight. Code name Danny Birdsword. I always check photo albums in antique shops. I found lots of interesting military photos that way. Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, I know people, and I know some of the guys in England know people that work for councils and stuff like that. And the guys that I know are sent into houses for when old people pass away for whatever reason, and family don't want kit or don't want items, and they throw it all into a skip. And I know the guys that do it, and they say they throw grandfather clocks in, they throw pianos in, they throw kitchen tables, everything into it. And he said it's a shame the stuff that families don't want, and they just throw it all away. And like that, pictures, common thing to get thrown into skips. Had it for ages, but went to sell it and got something to get something different. Just had not sure which it's worth. Had it since about 94. Oh, okay, that's the blood shit. Cheers, Jim. I will look out for the parachutes. Look into boxes. I found German daggers being used as knives. Yeah. There's a Facebook page for the guys specifically. It's a Facebook page for guys that specifically collect British Ministry of Defence tools, hand tools, hammers, drills, everything. So there you go. In the 1950s, there were piano smash-ups. Piano smash-up competitions. Really? Yeah, but like I know a guy now that works for the council, and like that he cleans out people's houses that have passed away. Old years. Jesus, guys, I'm sorry, my back is completely locking up on me. Old guys that cleans up their stuff and throws out their kit, and he said it is criminal what they throw out. Cutlery, dishes. He said for whatever reason our council won't give that stuff to charity shops or second-hand shops. It all has to be dumped. I don't know why, but it's mental. I just find it absolutely crazy. I found a British World War II machete in stores at my old job. I've traded it on now. Oh, okay. Hi, John. You haven't got a spear in your back, have you? I don't know. Somebody's sticking a dagger in me, maybe. I don't know. So, right, guys, 5 minute warning. It is 55 minutes we have been online. So, this is your 5 minute warning. Friday night. We'll give it the hour Friday night. Guys, I know want to go on the lash, or they want to spend time with their families, or unwind after a weekend's work, or a week's work, I should say. So the weekend is the weekend. So I hope you enjoy it. Toolboxes at car boot sales. I always find stuff in those. Yeah. Isn't it you, Andrew, that I seen your video? You have a complete collection of the World War II lock knives, the pocket knives, that you've picked up over the years. And that's a very, very good thing as well. I can understand why guys do it and why guys come across it. Strange one. The toolbox tip from CJ and Andrew is a good one. Didn't know that one. Yeah, the other one, pockets. Always check pockets of stuff when you buy it. Pockets is a good one. Toolboxes is a good one. Jewellery boxes. If you see girls' jewellery boxes, at car boot sales and stuff, check them, because sometimes you will come across medals that the ribbons have gone off, and guys just think they're brooches or whatever and throw them into the boxes. So there you go. I'm trying to think what other tips do I know from car boot sales and stuff like that. Paintings, pictures, photo albums, all that type of stuff. Yeah. You need to have a Swedish blonde lass massage your back. I don't know, works wonders. I must try it. You've had a bad experience with Polish ones, so we won't go there. So we'll try the Swedish ones. Yeah, you left your lighter in the pocket of my DTM smock. What's the lighter in the pocket? I can't remember. Sewing boxes often have some nice bits and bobs. Exactly. Buttons, regimental buttons as well, you come across in sewing boxes and things like that. Jewellery boxes, you come across medals. You have to go back for extras. Right, guys, so we are at the 60-minute mark. So, as always, it has been fun. It has been great crack. As always, we've had a good conversation. Stay safe over the weekend. Have a good time. Keep collecting, and I will see you all back same time, Friday, 8 o'clock next week. So have a good week, guys, and enjoy yourselves.